Hello, my name is Joe Johnson. I'm a business student at Leeds Beckett University. My vlog is titled Key Factors in the Marketing Environment Which Could Affect Airbnb. In my vlog I will look at what is marketing, the micro environment in marketing and the macro environment, followed by a short conclusion. Marketing is a process by which a firm tries to identify, anticipate and satisfy customers' needs and wants, and at the same time meet its own objectives. Another kind of definition I found which I liked is marketing moves from monologue to dialogue. The new marketing requires a feedback loop, a dialogue between company and customer. And this I think illustrates the changes in marketing that are still going on in placing the customer at the centre of all marketing decisions. Background. So who are Airbnb? Airbnb are an online company that lets people rent out their homes or rooms to others via the internet. Airbnb was founded in 2008 in California with rapid growth over 9 years. They claim on the website to have their listings in 65,000 cities and 191 countries. And currently Airbnb have an estimated value of $30 billion. Macro environment. A good way to look at the macro environment is through PEST analysis. PEST is a acronym that stands for political / legal, economic, socio-cultural and technological. Political and legal. Airbnb have encountered several problems in the legal aspect. In many of the cities such as Barcelona and New York there have been several problems. In Barcelona in 2015 Airbnb were fined €30,000 and in 2016 were fined €300,000, and this was due to them not complying with local law about registering the properties for tourism, and that was against the local law. And in New York similar problems, and the problem was the locals were saying that they were too expensive for properties that weren't on Airbnb, and Airbnb was driving the cost up. And the problem with this for Airbnb is that going forward these cities have put restrictions on Airbnb, other cities might follow, and this could quite dent Airbnb's ethical brand kind of image. If they keep getting bad press, their brand image will likely, possibly in the future, go down, and with that they might get less customers, less people wanting to rent out their properties through Airbnb. A big event that recently happened is Brexit, and what was important after that was the devaluation of the pound, and this caused a flood of tourists to come into the UK and especially London, and that was probably good for Airbnb because their big target market is tourists in big cities, and London is a truly major city. And this would have likely brought a lot of revenue into Airbnb because of all these tourists who had more money in the exchange rate because of the devaluation of the pound. Socio-cultural. In the last few years Airbnb have gone into China, which is a really big market for any company, and it's got a very different business culture and general culture, so they paired up with local businesses and to gain a foothold in the market, which is quite an astute thing to do. That's pretty good for Airbnb that they did create partners in China, because China is one of the fastest growing economies in the world, and if they get a market share in China they can make a lot of money from it, make a lot of profit, and increase their global brand image, which is only good. Technological. Airbnb kind of only exists because of technology, really. Their use of online booking through apps, and has really changed the way travel. Micro environment, competition. Airbnb have got quite a lot of competition, but they're clearly the market leader. They've also heavily influenced the hotel industry. In a recent survey by Professor Daniel Guntag in 2015, out of 844 respondents who have stayed with Airbnb in the last year, 61% of those chose Airbnb as a substitute for a mid-range hotel, and that kind of shows the impact Airbnb is having on its competition in the hotel industry, because people are choosing Airbnb instead of a hotel. In its main market, Airbnb is in the home/secondary residence and holiday rental market, and its main competitors there are HomeAway, TripAdvisor, Booking.com and Tugia. But Airbnb is the market leader out of all those, but in the future, because it's a lot about technology, that's how Airbnb have kind of risen to the top. You could argue that in the future a new piece of technology could put Airbnb at a disadvantage. So in conclusion, I think Airbnb are in a strong position. They're a global brand. They've still got lots of opportunities to expand, say in China, and so I think it's quite a strong future for Airbnb going forward. Thank you. Here's my bibliography. Thanks for watching.